Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. I am your host, Michael Karvelis, and this is Daily Dive. It is Friday, January the 9th, 2026, and this show begins. Drummer, please! No! Thank you to our drummer once again. We are live streaming via the airwaves of North American Talk Radio on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel before you go. We got a lot of content now. We might as well put our OnlyFans stuff on here. No, I'm kidding. That's for subscribers only. But we are here. We are live. We are on NATR. The Natter. We appreciate you for all that you do. Hello, NLL fans. On today's awesome show, we're going to first get to Captain, as we will now start 2 new ladders. So I cannot wait for that, see what he has geared up as we start climbing again, even though both legs hurt at this point. That was dumb. We're next get to Gamble Guy, and Double G will be in here after having a what just happened last night. He was his NLL bets for the week. I had to talk him out of Calgary, Vancouver, just full disclosure there, but who cares? Then we're going to talk to Pat Gregoire, who's on location somewhere. I've yet to figure out which TSN game he's doing. I'm assuming the first one. Actually, I can almost guarantee the first one. We'll talk to him. And, of course, our predictions, which includes the Crew's Pick'em and Best Bets. This show is presented by the ticketing platform at natalkradio.com. Head over to North American Talk Radio's website, click the Event Tickets tab, which takes you directly to Vivid Seats. When you go there, you type in your local event, including your favorite National Lacrosse League team. It just helps us out by making us the middleman. It's like, hey, I want a chance to watch. Why not? But yeah. Event Tickets tab at natalkradio.com. Scrolling on the bottom of your screen will be our games, and with odds according to FanDuel, not presented by, but according to FanDuel Sportsbook. Without further ado, Pat Gregoire's in Ottawa. Without further ado, we're going to bring in a man who is ready to climb and help us climb. Captain, are you ready?
So yeah, man, listen, it's $5 to touch it while I touch your toes, $6 to touch it while I touch my toes.
Jeez. Captain, welcome. We're trying to do a ladder here. You're trying to help us climb in a little bit.
Listen, bud, listen. I'm desperate. My ladders crashed last week, so ZJs are half off this week, okay? Oh, you don't know what a ZJ is? Oh, big.
Oh, okay. That's enough, Captain. Gamble Guy, can you save us? I'm sorry. I need to sit through that.
This should be best reserved for after dark. I mean, you said
only. My God.
You said OnlyFans, and I was gonna just have my foot propped up on the desk, but I don't think anybody wants to see that. Daddy's tired this morning, Michael. I had a couple of adult Pepsis and watched the college football playoff, but I'll tell you what, if Calgary wins, I'm driving to your undisclosed location. I'm going to have a stern talk with you. You might get grounded. Let's go.
So I can't remember if I got doxxed or one of my old co-hosts got doxxed because of me.
It was your co-host. It was your fault.
I shouldn't be laughing at that. That is terrible.
And then he quit. He quit doing shows.
Easy. You're right, though. Still keeps in touch, though. So apparently they didn't touch him.
Wow. Anyway. This is after dark.
We should do the charity jar already. All right.
Listen, Gamble Guy's got a training sesh with his tennis coach here in about 55 minutes. So let's get to my terrible picks.
That's right. Well, it's funny you say terrible because you literally you are leading me in best bets right now. We'll get to that later though. So another good edition of what just happened aired last night. You don't have to talk about that. Just thank you for the work you do there. That's a great thing. Falcon needs to fly back in.
I wish people would watch what just happened. I don't just talk sports. It's current events. Falcons You know the Falcon. You know him personally. He says one thing, and then he gets his schedule, and he says, "Oh yeah, I can't do that." So he'll be on the show. He'll be on the show periodically, but he's not going to be with me every week. So I'm looking forward to the watch party tomorrow night, the Daily Dive NLL watch party for members only on YouTube. That's where the real fun happens. We go blue. We have a swear jar, and it's only $1.99 a month. We're going to have other special content on our YouTube, so people should check that out.
The cheapest OnlyFans around. All right. So,
yeah, you might even get some ZJs with Captain and my feet, if you subscribe there.
Who needs Sydney Sweeney? Got Gamble Guy, Captain, and Mike.
I'll put my tight jeans on.
That's what I was going to say. All right, Rochester at Philly. First of a double header. Ooh, I don't like saying that word. First of all, double matchup this weekend for Rochester. Now, this game was is a rematch of the goalie fight game. Where are you leaning, sir? Is this Rochester get back on track after a brutal loss to Colorado?
It's the goalie rematch. I can't wait. I hope they drop the pads again, and then all the soy boys can get upset about it again too. I just saw the comment by Kai, the goalie. We'll get her back on track here, Kai. It did take a weird turn.
This is a free version. Go ahead.
I think I'm going to quote, I can't remember the country music star. That don't impress me much. The Wings don't impress me much. I like Rochester in this one. I know they only won by 4 last time. The goalie fight adds a new wrinkle. Their goalie won the fight, I believe. And I think they're going to win it. And I think they bounce back here. I don't see Rochester as a team that, is going to go on a multiple game losing streak. I think they're going to lose. I think they're going to lose the next night in the back-to-back. So I like them. I like them over the Wings here.
I don't mind that pick. If I'm not mistaken, I just want to make sure. I believe I'm on that game too with the money line. I want to do the cover very badly, but it wasn't good enough. Like a lot of these covers are plus money. So I straight just minus 154. You can't beat it. It's not bad if you think that team's going to win anyway. So just take
you do have Rochester also in that.
There we go. Sask at Las Vegas. The Rush here coming in with the best record in the league at 4-1. They have been red hot. Their goalies look good. Vegas has looked good for 2 games and not good the other 2. What is your thought process here? Does Vegas pull off the upset?
No. I like the Rush a lot. I was actually surprised. Their one loss was a week I picked them.
I remember that.
Which really shocked me. But I think they have a lot of firepower. Vegas has firepower too. This could be a good over bet on this one. I think it's 23 though, isn't it?
23.5. Yeah.
It's pretty steep.
I liked it.
Well,
maybe 22.
Yeah. Sask has only gone over that amount once this year. It was with Calgary, but I
22.5. It's right there. There we go.
22.5. I think this could turn into a shootout, but I still like the Rush. I think they're the cream of the crop up there with Buffalo.
Yeah.
And I think they're getting their stride now after that early season loss to Ottawa. So let's go Rush. Plus, it's low key my favorite team, mainly because of our friend that does play-by-play for him. I do like their colors too, though, to be honest with you.
The home floor is disgusting, but their colors in general I like. I don't like it on the floor.
And I joked backstage. I said, I hope your audience realizes I'm the most uninformed gambler in the NLL, but I have a winning record. So, and I'm going to get into the NL more now this weekend than I have in the past. I had an out-of-town visitor. I had a busy work schedule. Now it's all, and college football playoffs are almost over. So I'm going to be very knee deep in the National Lacrosse League starting this weekend.
And you have a watch party to get to. So
I can't wait to.
You don't even have to go anywhere. Just sit right here.
Yeah. Well, not here. It'll be down in my living room, but because I have
Fair
2
point.
TVs down there. But come on. All right.
I forgot about that. He's got multiple rooms and multiple floors. All right. Colorado, Georgia. Remember, people don't remember, Georgia did win 12-3, but that was before Jack Hanna. It was also before Ryan Lee was out for the year. But this game is odd, man. And I'm proud of you because it is plus money for the Mammoth. Are you riding with that? Do you think Georgia stomps their foot again?
So there's an old saying, it's hard to beat the same team twice. We'll find out tonight, Indiana, Oregon. But Yeah, Jack Hanna's around now. I think maybe the Mammoth take it a little bit personal, the way they got beat down last time. You're gonna hate me because you're a Georgia boy, but there's something about Georgia that I mean, if it wasn't for Kai the goalie, I'd flat out hate that team for some reason. But I do like their goalie. I do like Kai the goalie. So they are, a tough team. But coming off that Rochester game, I think the Mammoth have found something. So, and I'm looking at the comments again. Kai the goalie is my man. He says I have better takes than the young conquistador. So, so thank you, Kai. I think they found something against Rochester. Correct, and I'm not afraid to lose a bet. So here we go. I'm going to take the Mammoth in this. I'm banking on the 18-goal performance last week that they've unlocked a mystery there.
And like I said, maybe Brian Lee's injury does matter, but plugging in Jack Hanna is not the worst thing in the world. So they got their savior back, and then Andrew Q, if he does come back to the lineup, if against his former team, that would be crazy with the offense as well.
Before my last pick, you have a viewer that always asks me what cigar I have, and this is a new one. This is Flavos Cow Moon Trance. So
Cow?
CAO.
And you're putting that in your mouth?
Is that no, it's not chow. There would be an I in the Flavos Cow in Moon Trance. There you go.
I love that. Thank you.
Right.
Finally, the last game you did hint at it earlier. The big boys are going to Rochester just 24 hours after the game starts for Rochester and Philly. So they're going to be on a slight travel schedule there too. Bandits have been the cream of the crop once again. I know these odds are not out, but who are you rolling with in this one? Does Rochester finally beat Buffalo in the regular season?
Between the back-to-back and Buffalo looking pretty damn good since that defeat to Halifax. Right. And, you're talking about the two-time defending champs, second place team, arguably the best team in the league, playing a team that's going to be traveling because they play at Philadelphia tonight, right? Rochester?
Yes.
Yeah. I think a lot goes against Rochester in this, even though they have home field advantage. Right. I don't see Buffalo faltering here. They had a surprisingly close. I thought it was closer with Las Vegas last week than I expected with Buffalo.
At the end, yeah.
Yeah, at the end. So they tacked on a couple garbage time. But I like Buffalo in this. I have a hard time because I'm new to the NLL. I'm trying not to bet too much against the blue bloods and the cream of the crop. So, I'm sure it already bit me with the rush, but I do like Buffalo in this spot because Rochester has to play tonight.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So when this comes out, obviously our rules, besides the one game, is like minus 190. I would assume you're hoping that Rochester wins tonight, because if they do, I think that's locked in for minus 190 or better. If they lose, I'm like, yeah. But maybe just do the cover. Are you comfortable with the cover? We'll talk, but
yeah, I'm going to be comfortable with the cover. I'm still taking Buffalo in any form or fashion. So, maybe I take the under. If you're thinking Rochester's going to be sluggish.
First, before we get to Cody, what? I'm like, he called me a Georgia boy, not a Georgia fan. Then Cody Jansen, play-by-play for the Rush, says, I agree with this, by the way. I don't like it. I feel like the weekend is better.
Well, they're stuffing 5 games on a Friday and with a national semifinal college football game. These leagues, and it's not, listen, it's not just the National Lacrosse League. A lot of these leagues make this mistake. Right. Don't consider what we're going to go up against, because millions upon millions of people are going to be watching the college football playoff, and not a lot of people are like me that have 2 TVs in their living room. So they're going to lose eyes basically. But I'm going to have games on tonight while I watch football, but not a lot of people do that.
Well, especially like with Indiana Story, it's such a Cinderella thing. Cody says you need to stagger they've done that. Stagger means like change it around, right? They've done that before. So once they knew this was happening, I don't know. Like you said, other leagues do it too. So it's not. Why don't
they do like soccer and sprinkle in a midweek game or something like that?
I don't mind that, but I've told people I like 2 games max because I think week to week is so valuable with talking points. I don't think people understand that the NFL does that perfectly. Like NBA and NHL and MLB, no one watches in the regular season. These games you do. You have to. So
yeah, that's a good point by kind of the goalie there too. You better show it.
No games on Chris. And again, I want now that we've understood, I want next year they got to do that. They have to do that now.
I just saw rage bait for Mike, so I just Daddy's gotta get son worked up here this morning before.
And real quick before you leave, shout out to Multiview. That's on ESPN Plus and TSN Plus. You can do it with the NLL games too. We found out.
Yeah,
that's a godsend. I love it. 5 games. All right, sir. Enjoy your tennis. Tell your twin we said hello. We thank him for his health and wellness stuff.
Oh, he told me to tell you he'll have a shorter, newer commercial for you soon.
I got the 15-second. I like it now. It's fine.
And tell people to subscribe to our YouTube. We have drone footage, little short documentaries we're going to be putting out, all kinds of new stuff. Come on, babe. We got 2 big basketball. We have a doubleheader basketball tomorrow.
And those are professionally produced looking games. Those are nice for the record. Illinois Wesleyan does a good job. Yeah. Thank you, Gamble Guy. What just happened equals WTF for the record.
Boom. Peace.
Yes, sir. Gamble Guy. He's a national treasure. I think people say that about every person they have on the show, so we're going to try to work our own out with that. All right, so coming up next, we're going to bring in Pat Gregoire. I believe so. He is in Ottawa right now at the Black Bears game, so that should be fun. We'll have him boots on the ground from the broadcast booth, technically. Don't go anywhere. I know you won't. You're watching Dilly Dive. It's a Week 7 preview. Are you not entertained? BRB.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
BetUS and North American Talk Radio have partnered to bring you the preferred betting platform in the United States, and you will get a deposit bonus of up to 150% if you use promo code 120Z. Take it from me, I'm a cowboy and a gambler. I wrangle my bets on BetUS, and I use the promo code 120Z to get free money. Yee-haw! That's BetUS and promo code 120Z. Now giddy up.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Welcome back to Dilly Dive. We are live here on this Friday, January 9th, 2026. We thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join this here program. We know there is a lot of college football going on right now and other world events, so we know it's hard to tune in, but darling, you're here, and that's what matters. Before we get to Pat Gregoire, who is patiently waiting, I will say, I wanted to show you once again what the best people do. They drink out of this. It's nice. It's a good mug. I don't think I've ever actually gotten one of those black mugs before. I've gotten like one of the white mugs, but old show alerts, by the way. It is nice. I assume the black one is better. I believe Pat Gregoire actually had one too. Hey, you know who's a good person to ask about that? The guy who has one. Pat Gregoire's live in Ottawa. How are you, sir?
Doing good. Yes, I can confirm. Great mug. Great mug. Can put coffee in it, water, whatever you want. But it is a high quality mug. I don't have it on me now, though, unfortunately.
No, I don't expect you to. Just drink out whatever you want. Just don't tell us what you're drinking. That's all we ask. That's all
There
we
you go.
ask.
That's fair. That's beyond fair.
Thank you so much for your time. You were in Ottawa, boots on the ground. Who's with you tonight, by the way?
It will be myself, Teddy Jenner, and Ashley Docking.
Teddy.
And then out west, it will be Matt Cullen, Brad Challoner, and Chantel Shen. They'll have the Calgary-Vancouver game. Matt usually is in the east. I know you're kind of confused there, but he was calling a NHL game, Ottawa Senators and Colorado in Colorado. So a little bit of a closer flight from Colorado to Calgary than coming all the way back out east here. So
when I finally have Matt Cullen on the show, I should do that, by the way. I should make his Pixar be a plane emoji, like a plane thing.
Yeah, the guy, seriously, he logs a lot of air miles. That's for darn sure.
I love it. Thank you so much for giving us that info. That's great stuff. Doubleheader on TSN tonight, obviously Ottawa game. But we're going to first get to, and let's discuss the Ottawa game first of all, because I know it's not on your best bets bingo card here, but you are on the ground. What are you hearing from both teams? Halifax has a chance to right the ship again after just brutal back-to-back losses against Saskatchewan. But the Black Bears have been hot. So what's going to give here, sir?
Yeah, I think it's a challenge here because you do have two teams that are kind of feeling, I don't want to say differently because I think Halifax is still a confident group, but you have Ottawa who finally strung 2 wins together, and they feel that even though they won those 2 games, they still feel like, Mike, to be honest, the 60 minutes is still not happening, and that full, complete game hasn't happened yet.
Right.
Talking to Dan McRae this week, he says, I love that our team has all these great fourth quarter comebacks in them. What the offense has been able to do late games, taking over games is great, but he acknowledged it's not very sustainable. So they're looking for a consistent 60-minute effort here tonight. And Halifax is looking to play a clean game, stay out of the box. And to be honest, like Mike Karvelis said, our offense needs to be better. I know Clark Peterson and Randy Stotts are really, kind of driving the bus here, but he'd like to see them maybe dish off a little more, be more facilitators, allow some of the other players on the team to kind of get involved a little more.
I love that. I love both angles there too. I mean, like you mentioned, Dan, like the Black Bears, are we still on the 6-goal run stats, or they finally get rid of that against Oshawa?
No, they finally got rid of it against Oshawa. Oshawa went on a bit of a run. I don't have the number in front of me, but that 6-0 run has been finally vanished. But still, Dan McRae said it's got to be better. Just the offense goes a little bit too silent in some points. He felt like the fourth quarter, as good as the offense played, felt like the defense gave up a lot of chances, and it was actually Higgins who kind of held down the fort.
Love that. And Higgins back to his circus saves. Good for him. Now let's move on. And again, you are in Ottawa. We appreciate you for taking time. Reminder that all bets for Pats are provided by the wonderful polar bears at Cool Bet. No, I say wonderful. They're polar bears at Cool Bet. The same polar bears who now offer French as a language option. And Pat, surprise here. I know you know French. Do you know the French term for polar bear? Because I looked it up.
You looked it up? No, I do not. This is something that I probably should know, though. What is it?
It's spelled like Oursblanc. It's pronounced Ours Blanc. That's polar bears.
Okay, so I think the translation directly based white bear is what that would be. I only took French up until the 10th grade, so my French is quite limited, despite what my last name might sound like.
Gregoire. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. I thought I heard the Killers. I was like, no, not Mr. Brightside again. My bad. No, but I just Ours Blanc. So we appreciate them so much.
I love
that.
Little
fact. All right, thank you. All right, so Rochester at Philly is the first game that you were on. 7:00 Eastern. We got to get those wins or losses out the door early, don't we? Look at this. Thank you for that. And I love like your feed is like just bad enough to like we're not seeing the whole like warm-ups. I love that.
Yeah, exactly. But they're just going through their warm-ups right now. Anyways, there's no strategy. I'm not giving away any tips.
Nah.
What they're doing right now. So.
Hey, newsflash. It's going to be a Hellier to Jeff Teat, and hopefully Warren Hill can stop it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right. So Rochester in this game, I want this so badly. I believe I actually do have it in my best bets in the end. I'm going to check that. I do as well, but I don't have what you have, and you can tell us about it. But the first of a back-to-back for Rochester, Nighthawks did win that goalie fight game 15-11 on December 20th. Rochester did lead that game 11-6 after the third quarter anyways. Fields had 5 goals. Pacino had a hat trick. Can they bounce back from whatever the heck happened against Colorado?
Mike, they don't really have much of a choice, to be honest. I think that this is a must-win for Rochester, considering, you then hop on a bus or whatever their mode of transportation is from Philly.
Right.
It's not that bad of travel, but you have a well-rested Buffalo team who just has to drive about an hour away. They're going to be sitting in their hotel beds, and you got to know that building, I know it's going to be full, but it's going to be full of Buffalo fans.
Orange and purple. Well. Yeah.
And it's been the Bandits who've kind of owned this rivalry for the last little while. They're going to come in and say, you know what, you guys might not be owned by the same owner anymore, but we still own you. And that's what they're going to want to do.
Right.
Rochester has to prove that, with their new ownership, with this page turning, it's a new chapter in their organization. It truly, you got to go there and prove that things have changed. And how you do that is going in and throwing that first punch, showing that you won't be pushed around, showing that your offense isn't fraudulent, showing that your defense can at least slow this down. But, Mike, you're probably wondering, you're talking about the second game. Well, that's what Rochester also has to realize. Don't look ahead. Do not look ahead. Worry about the task at hand. Worry about Philadelphia, a team that on paper you probably should beat.
Again,
Let's be honest, though. Let's be honest, Mike. Yes, again, you're right. That offense looked pretty good against Rochester's defense. I am not very high on Philly as a team altogether, but I've been on record all season long saying that this Philly offense could put up a decent number. So I think Rochester's going to take care of business here. They're going to cover the 1.5, but it's not going to be an easy pushover game because I think Philly's offense looked pretty good against that team. But I just feel like Rochester has too much to prove after a very, very embarrassing loss. Last time we saw them out against Colorado. 2
great things I love that you said there. First of all, Cool Bet has that at -122. So of the covers, that's actually one of the ones. Like for us, it's like -105. And I told Gamble guy I'm just going to take the money line, but you're getting more value obviously with that compared to your money line at Cool Bet. So obviously,
yeah, that's the thing. Obviously, my official plays will be presented by Cool Bet, but if you can get a better line, and that just goes to show you, as our buddy Captain always likes to say, take advantage of a sleepy book. If you're going to be able to get a palpable, money line where you're not laying crazy juice, by all means, go for it. But unfortunately, with CoolBet, they obviously see the value in Rochester. They see the type of team that Rochester actually is. So that's why the line is a lot bigger. So I still think they're going to cover the spread. I think it might get sweaty at some points, guys. So this is not going to be a no sweater. But I just think Rochester's offense at some point will take over that game, and they'll be able to at least win by 3-4 goals.
You said no sweater. No kidding. All right. So sorry, caught the goalie. No, I. By the way, please stay in that spot because that's like a great connection right now. So we appreciate you.
Perfect. I'm up in the press box, so I figured we'd be in a good spot here.
Of course, they have good Wi-Fi. So you mentioned about looking ahead, and I kind of did it myself last week when I did the narrative for the Colorado game. That kind of bit me in the butt. And then you mentioned about I've got the other thing I should have written it down. Oh, the Wings offense. I mean, we thought, and shoot me, that the Joe Rez offense was going to be it. It has been so balanced. I believe the last time these two teams played, not only Fields and Pacino had a great game on one side, really 4 or 5 guys had 2 goals apiece, just 2 goals apiece on the other side. O'Neal actually only had one that game despite his hot start. But this offense is so balanced.
It really is.
And that's impressive for this team. So like you said, combine those two together, don't look ahead, and the balanced offense, you don't want to be disastrous. Great point by you, sir.
And on that note, it's not an official play, Mike. I'm surprised I didn't see it pop up on any boards. The over in that game, certainly it was intriguing. I think there's a lot of variance when it comes to different books. But with those two offense going toe-to-toe, I would seriously consider taking the over in the game.
So it's funny you mentioned that. It's actually the highest over I believe we've had this year. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But Philly Rochester, just make sure it's 25.5 on Bet365 and DraftKings. And for those cool bettors and FanDuelers, I'm telling you right now, that 24.5 is actually a blessing.
Yeah, I would.
If you're feeling that.
I was honestly considering it. 24.5 seems a bit high, like you said, but with these two offenses, I could see it hitting 30. Like, I think we could see a 16-14 game between these two teams.
And another thing I want people to realize, and again, I cannot stress to people how much I love Rylan Hartley when he's on it. Against Colorado was a good, another goalie argument. I know that fired people up, but that's a major flaw in this season for him. And I do believe the last time they played, the 11-6 was when he was hot. After that fight, I don't know what happened. But if he's not on that train again, the over, like you said, might be a thing.
Yeah, that's what the only thing that concerns me is the bounce back Rylan Hartley spot.
Correct.
I don't think we see another stinker out of him like we did last game, to be honest.
I'm doing my cocaine / smelly fart thing. I'm sorry, Michael Irvin shout out. Anyways, we move on to the next game you're on, which is Vancouver at Calgary. Mm-hmm. This game's at 9:30 Eastern, like you say, with Colin and the crew. Vancouver in this game, Dixon, King, Del Bianco, and Reese Callies is making the return to the Saddle Dome. Strap on your boots. Dane Dobie, it's not his jersey number, I believe, but it's like his name to the rafters, however that works. OTCB has done a great job talking about that. The 1-3 Roughnecks just got a big win at San Diego. Warriors have not played since the 19th, but they are 2-1. What is your play here?
I love Vancouver in this spot. And normally in these big moments when a player's jersey gets retired or he gets added to the Ring of Honor, I usually like to side with the home side because, it's obviously they want to put on for their legend. But you mentioned it, all the returns, I think that there's enough motivation on the other side that it's going to be a huge game for all those former Roughnecks. And the fact of the matter is, Mike, it's not only that, they are all really close friends with Dane Dobie as well. So they're going to obviously want to put on a show for him. So I think Vancouver having the 2 weeks off, sometimes that long layover can be a not so great thing. But I know there's some guys on that team that have some bumps and bruises. So the 2-week rest, I think, is huge. And just for me, the return for Christian Del Bianco, that's the big X factor. Yeah. He's going to want to put on a show. He's going to want to prove that the move to Vancouver was the right move. So I think Vancouver wins here. I think it's going to be a little bit closer than a lot of people think. But I just feel like it's kind of what we saw with Vancouver and Oshawa, where it was a close game, but then in the second half, the superstars took over. Right. Would not be surprised if we see something similar here.
It's interesting because I feel like everyone who takes the Warriors here, and by the way, that those odds for Cool Bet are -139 for the money line, which is
I was shocked, man.
Me too. I don't care how good Calgary's looked.
I thought we were looking at maybe -165, 170. When I saw that it was under -150, I had to jump all over it as one of my best bets.
So part of me is like, hey, Polar Bears, thank you for your hotel room. I will take this half off. Might as well. It's great stuff, though, because the X factor here is Del Bianco. Anybody who's riding Vancouver at all is going to think that Del Bianco is the answer. King, Dixon, King, all those guys are going to put on a great show. The answer is Del Bianco. Even if Vancouver struggles because of a long layoff, I don't care. Oh, and if we get Max Sadler, that helps our cause because now they're not getting smoked.
Yep.
Even though Nashio's great, Adler at least provides a little bit of leveling the playing field there. So
100%.
so Calgary cannot go on a run. So we'll see.
No, it's honestly on that note, I think it just the fact that they went out and got Adler, goes to prove that at least one of the smartest lacrosse minds in Kurt Malosky believes that faceoffs are important. They might not be the be all end all, but he feels that he had to address that need, and they were getting smoked. They're getting absolutely smoked, and in those, it really matters in those close games. That's when those possessions really do matter.
So if Calgary's hanging around, we'll be okay with this.
Exactly.
All right, which means Adler could steal one from Nasio. So I want to show you a parlay here before I get to your last game here. So new graphic here. That's your boy looking at cool bet odds in the corner there, by the way. I've got a plus 2388 on DraftKings. 12 wins about 300, I think. Nighthawks money line, Thunderbirds to cover, Warriors money to cover. The next game, I'm sorry, Pat. Your boy needs some bread. And I know that the Rock Seals game, this one's also is weird because both offenses can go crazy. We could get Rosie and Cerullieri. We could also get Holochuk and Dunkerley. No disrespect, but I don't know. This was a stay away game. I convince me, man. Convince me to take that off the leg here.
Listen, man, it's. I just looked at the last 3 games. So the 3 games that San Diego's played, the over, that number is hitting 2 of them, and then even the one game it didn't hit. It was only a goal off.
Wow.
The defense and the goaltending has been such a concern for me.
Correct.
For San Diego. The offense has been fine. Outside of the game against Rochester, or Ryland Hartley put the team on his back, the offense has been able to bury the ball. They've been able to finish the ball. Pat Kavanaugh's been a pleasant surprise. I think he is putting his name into the Rookie of the Year category. Obviously, Westberg, we know what he's capable. When Trey LeClaire is healthy, that's a deadly, deadly right side. And to be quite honest, just the lefties maybe have left a little, no pun intended, have left a little more to be desired, but they just need to chip in a couple here and there. And on the other side, Mike, this Toronto offense has no choice but to start finishing the ball. And it can't just be CJ Kirst. Even Hiltz is kind of slowed down a little bit as well. Mark Matthews has to get going. Dan Craig has to get going. I know you're now, the quote unquote 4th lefty on that side. You got to contribute. And to be quite honest, I've been saying it since the start of the year. I still believe that Toronto needs to address another righty. Well, those righties have to start burying the ball. Can't just be Dawick flogging shots from the outside. It can't be hot and cold Bushi where he either puts up a hat trick or he's quiet. And to be quite honest, Challen Rogers needs to get going offensively, or they need to just put him back on the back end and allow him to be one of the best transition players in the game.
Right.
Sam English is getting some shifts on offense, which I love to see as well. But for me, this seems like a great get-right spot for the Toronto Rock offense, where they finally put up a big number, come out with a big win here. It's tough travel. I get it. East Coast to the West Coast is difficult. But I just feel like Toronto, this could be finally the game where it's like, whoa, okay, maybe this offense has been fixed. Don't know if it will be fixed, but I think they get a bit of a spark here.
And it's funny because I feel like I caught a little heat. Like, I feel like the top 5 or 6 teams are pretty much in stone for power rankings. But me putting the Rock at 8, how dare you? Like, I'm sorry. If they lose in San Diego, this is kind of like Oshawa against Ottawa for me. It's like, don't lose this one, and we'll still be sleeping together some nights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
Come on, man! Like, just show up. And if you know the Seals are reeling, the Seals are sealing. I don't know. If the Seals are reeling, they're like, then take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Have you heard, or has there been any reports if Dunkerley is it O'Reilly? Is he fine?
I haven't heard anything from the reports that were on the broadcast. It sounded like O'Reilly's injury was just cramps.
Okay.
So that would lead me to believe he's back in between the pipes. But to be quite honest, Mike, it doesn't matter if it's Dunkerley, if it's O'Reilly. I have zero confidence in either of those guys right now with the way that they've played. O'Reilly, the downfall, like you said, should be studied. Each year by year, he was fantastic in that first year. As each year has gone on, his numbers have dropped off. I still believe he's a great goalie. I still believe he has a great potential.
The
in
right
future.
stuff, yeah.
It's just, I don't know what's happening. He doesn't look confident. He's not tracking the ball well. And that's why I think it's going to be over. And let's be honest, Toronto's had their goaltending issues to start this year as well. So it just, for me, I feel like this. Also, you have two desperate teams, two teams that desperately need this win. And sure, you could argue, well, then that means the defenses are going to lock in a little bit more. I don't know. I feel like when you look at those two teams, especially for San Diego, when San Diego needs a big win, it's the offense who steps up. It's Westberg who steps up. And I still lean Toronto here. But I just feel like there's too many big game players on both sides of the ball that someone's going to have to take over this game and step up in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it sounds like if the Seals step up, it's like Wesley Berg call from Cooper Perkins.
Yeah, for me, I just feel like this game's coming down to the wire in the fourth quarter.
I agree with, yes, me and Captain talked about, we agree with that.
And we're looking at a 13-12 type of game. It's going to be a sweater. It's going to be a sweater. That's why it was the last pick on my card. I don't feel as confident as the other ones, guys, but I had to have at least 3 plays. So that's why I threw that one on the card. But we're not talking about this thing cashing in the third quarter, folks. Trust the process. Ride it with me. It's going to be a roller coaster ride. At points, it's going to look like the over's dead. At points, we're going to be counting our coins before the game's over. But just trust me, it's coming down to the wire. Crazy things happen in Pechanga Arena when Cooper Perkins and Nick Costello are on the helm.
That's a great point. All right, and then of course, Nick, last thing you talked about the zebras at the watering hole. My God, that's amazing.
All time call.
Thank you so much for your time, sir. Have a call with yourself and Teddy.
Thank you.
And tell Freddie we need him to float in sometime, man. They had to.
Absolutely.
Dropping the knowledge in the water.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, Mike. I do believe player props for Friday night's game should be, if they're not live just yet, they should be live soon. So stay tuned to the Daily Dive socials because I think if I like something, I might add it to my card. So
I'm going to ask you about him. I'm going to ask him about
myself, he's already beat me to it. Okay, I love it.
No. I'm saying I'm going to ask him if you get them. I'm going to ask him.
I will. I'll let you know, and I will, because let's be honest, Mike. I mean, the player props have been pretty kind to us so far.
I've been good. I feel like last year I did a few of them. Yeah, I like those things.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Pat.
Thank you,
Pat Gregoire from Ottawa. I still find it amazing that last week the Black Bears team took the went to Oshawa on a bus and had a good amount of fans there. Like, good for those fans. But like if they need to pack the barn tonight too, but I did appreciate it. That was awesome. All right, folks, coming up next, who wants to climb with our good friend Captain? Well, you gotta wait one more segment. We do appreciate you for hanging around. And I hope Captain is not on the phone this time because we might have to skip him again. Stay tuned, everybody. You're watching Daily Dive. Do not go anywhere. I hope he made that deal on the phone, too. We'll be right back.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
BetUS and North American Talk Radio have partnered to bring you the preferred betting platform in the United States, and you will get a deposit bonus of up to 150% if you use promo code 120Z. Take it from me, I'm a cowboy and a gambler. I wrangle my bets on BetUS, and I use the promo code 120Z to get free money. Yee-haw! That's BetUS and promo code 120Z. Now giddy up.
We are back live hi on Daily Dive. I'm your host, Michael Karvelis. It is Friday, January 9th, 2026. Thanks so much for those of you that tuned in so far on this amazing day. We tried to talk to the captain earlier. We also talked to Gamble Guy and then Pat Gregoire, who was live in Ottawa. We appreciate both those fellows coming on. Let's try one more time with the captain. If not, we're going to have to send him home. Captain, can you hear us?
Mikey!
Welcome back!
Hey, sorry, buddy. I was on the phone. I had to take care of some business.
Come on, man. Well, you knew you had a show to do, and you just, I don't know what you had, what business you had going on. It sounded like a couple ladders that crashed on you. I'm sorry, man.
Oh, dude, she was a rough week last week. Yeah, that's for sure. I thought we were on to something there, but
Nah, got to do what you got to do sometimes, right?
you know it.
Make
$5 is $5, pal.
Make the business call. Thank you. All right. So this week, of course, we're so back because it always feels like just another week you get either shot in the back or shoot the polar bears. And that's what we're here for. You know, you cannot access the polar bears. You can access French, but not polar bears. I don't know why. I'm sorry.
We're getting there, eh? Baby steps.
Yeah, no, we had French on Coolbet before we had GTA 6. It is what it is. I'm sorry. So we got a couple games to talk to with you, sir. We're gonna get to your let's do boots on the ground first, because this game you're not on, but you are going to be there and live from the watch party, which you announced a little bit of. Hopefully I'm sure the Wi-Fi will hold up there. But what do you think of this game? I know there's no odds because Halifax is on the second leg of back-to-back, but what is your prediction? This is a big spot for Oshawa, regardless of bets, right?
Oh, for sure. I'll be honest, like I may be on this game once odds come out.
Love it.
Halifax goes to Ottawa tonight. So they're going from Ottawa to Oshawa. Now, most of us in this area know that's not a huge distance, but
right.
Like one thing I'm thinking is like with this league, the boys don't typically stay on the road like this, right?
Yeah,
like
weird. On a back-to-back, yeah.
Well, Rochester's a prime example. Like they play the Friday, but then they go to home sweet home for Saturday.
Correct.
So a lot of them are usually like home and homes, but this one's an odd spot because like Halifax and the boys, hey, maybe they want to be away from the wife and the kids for a night, but you got to think you're going to play in Ottawa, then you're going to travel, stay in a hotel somewhere else. Like it's not, you're not getting the same routine, the same sort of thing. So yeah, I love Oshawa on this one, especially because too, like I really want to see this team get a big win in front of that home crowd, because the crowd has come out every week to support them. But
right.
Yeah, I love we'll have to see what the odds are, but I could see taking a +1.5 on Oshawa.
Okay.
And I also wouldn't mind looking at the total once that comes out, but this is a great spot for Oshawa to kind of try to take advantage of a sleepy Halifax, and Halifax is hoping, Oshawa is hoping that, Ottawa can beat up Halifax tonight, which will give them a bit of a bonus there on Saturday, but I like this game. I like where Oshawa sits.
I do too, and like it feels like, and this is a strange feeling because they still lost the game, but if that offense found a little bit of chemistry, we're going to feel good. And waiting, the best part is how Oshawa's going to sit back at home. Simmons and Kurtz are like, what's up, man? And they're going to be like watching this game from the couch. And if, Halifax, no matter what they do against, against Ottawa, they're going to be like, because it's funny, because remember last week, Ottawa played,
Oshawa.
That's what I'm saying. So like, they're like common opponents.
Yeah. I see
where
you're going with that.
I had to get my thoughts together. We made it around.
One note in that too is like Ottawa has put up a lot of numbers in the fourth quarter this year. I should give credit to where it's due. Somebody made a post on it. I seen it. I can't remember who made that post, but that's something to look like. If Ottawa's a team that's gonna keep it going for all 60 minutes, and we're looking at tiring Halifax out for Saturday night.
Yeah, I like that. You see, I'm trying to. Is it maybe it was Adam Levy? I don't
It
know.
might have been. It might have been. I feel bad because I should throw them some credit, but scrolling through the X, I seen a snippet on that.
Yeah. So speaking of Adam Levy, by the way, I do want to remind people that him and Jake Elliott, their picks are on officepooljunkie.com. I know I've got to make mine after the show's over so I don't forget. But for those wondering, like, I don't like advertising that on Twitter because I feel like I want like people to like, I want to move up the ranks because I'm so low right now. But I'm going to give them credit here on live. Hey guys, make your picks, but you don't have to. All right. One time winner of Preston's picks, me and him, last year for me, this year for you. Good for you. All right. So next game, we're gonna go to the safe ladder. Now, safe ladder, you're gonna surprise some people with this one, not because of the games, because of games plural. So let's talk about first of all Rochester and Philly, the game we have odds on for Rochester. What's the thought process here for the safe ladder?
Yeah, man, I agree with what Pat was saying, and we talked about this too. Rochester's looking at this weekend going, okay, we got Philly, and then we got Buffalo.
Right.
And one of the funny things with sports when there's back-to-backs, like you look at hockey, for example, like they'll alter their line depending on the opponent. And often it's okay if we have a softer game on the Friday, we'll throw the backup in, and then on the Saturday we'll put our starter in. The NLL is a little bit different because these are week-to-week events. I think, I think Rochester's looking at this going like, we got to get 2 points this weekend, no matter what. Our better chance is to beat up on Philly. So that's kind of where I'm leaning at. Does Hartley get embarrassed 2 weeks in a row? Despite losing to Colorado, like they still put up numbers on Ward. So their offense is still hammering out.
Good point. That's a great
goals.
point.
So I love Rochester to win here. I think mentally they want the 2 points because if you lose this one and you go home to face the Bandits, it's double negative here, which probably won't turn into a positive for the boys.
Well, that's the thing. Like me and you talked about like a couple of days ago when we did our handicap, and we were like, this is the game this weekend. You want to beat Buffalo badly. Well, you have no choice because one of these things is not like the other, And one
very
of these
true.
Things, and plus, like they're bringing folks to your barn. I saw on the Bandits Mafia Facebook group, they're still doing that this year. So,
oh yeah,
take
listen,
care of Philly, clip the wings, and you'll be fine.
Nobody wants to let someone come into their barn and mess with their chickens. It's a little different terminology than messing, but we'll keep it PG for now. No team wants anybody to roll into their barn and embarrass them.
Over.
So yeah, I like I say, I like Rochester the Friday night. Good to note is that Bandits are actually down on the defense. The snooze out.
Snoo and then Belter.
So
yeah, Belter with the concussion thing again. That's
yeah, I'll be perfectly honest. Like this entire weekend is great from a gambling perspective. And prime example, and Pat said it too. Look at the Philly game. We have 3 different totals. None of the books can agree on this game. We've got a 25.5. We've got a 24.5. And I believe we had a 23.5, but I'll have to double check that.
I don't know, but 25.5 and 24.5 is different though, like you said.
It's different, yeah. And then the Vancouver Warriors game is the same thing. That one's got a 20.5, a 21.5, and a 22. A 3 different, you know what I mean? So this is a very fun week for anybody that has multiple books and you're looking to kind of catch a book sleeping. Yes. Back-to-backs, this is gonna be a great game, great week.
Love it. So with that safe ladder, we are also going again adding another game. First of all, before we get to that game, tell me the thought. Was it just because you liked the Vancouver Calgary game, or was it because are you trying to get greedy on the safe ladder? What's going on here, Captain?
We got a lot going on here, man. This is the joys with spending your own money on these bets, baby. I went to bed last night and I told you this. I loved everything about Vancouver beating my Roughnecks. I love betting against Calgary, especially with how they're playing. But
Yeah,
some
yeah,
very good points. Like Vancouver, this is early in the season. Like, you don't want to be dropping games to teams that, are more than likely projected to end up under 500.
yeah. If they're 13th or 14th in everyone's power rankings, then
Yeah.
stop on
So
'em.
with all that being said, like, I really loved where Rochester is.
Right.
So it, you know, it just makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside adding two money lines to the safe ladder, because I really do believe in both these picks, and I'm putting my $50 up to prove
That's
it.
the wrong one.
What are
No,
you
that's mine.
doing here? You get
I
out of
no, no,
here.
no, no, I apologize.
Oh
No, it's
my
actually,
goodness gracious.
I apologize.
There
No,
she
I'm
is.
I'm actually mad about that. I just did that. So Nighthawks money line against Colorado, Vancouver's money line against Calgary on DraftKings, 191 plus side of things, not too shabby.
Yeah.
50 reaches 145. I don't mind it because it gets the safe. It's almost like climbing 1.5 or 2 steps on that technically. Because
You know
remember
it.
when you did the infamous minus 200, that got us to the old 75, which is half of that. So
Yes.
why not start strong? If you feel good about this week, hammer. And the people at Elevated Truck and Crane are going to be so grateful if we do.
Yes, you bet. They just want us to get up to step 2 for sure this week.
Correct.
Yeah.
They help us climb because it's they do their own thing, raising up like, guys, get a ladder. We'll be up here waiting for you. Love it. Puns on the ladder. Honest to God, this is what I was going to show you afterwards. My safe ladder. I've got one too. That I had to tell ChatGPT 3 times to make my fat self have a step ladder. It didn't like it the first 2 times. But we're climbing. I'm doing my first one this year. 50 to reach a humble 88.
I like it.
The safe is usually minus odds for those wondering. We're trying to reach 1,000 here. Thunderbirds money line against Ottawa. I believe that we will win. I'm kidding. I believe that I think this is a good spot. And now, granted, for the record, just for those of you who want to start a ladder on another book here, because that was minus 130 on DraftKings. I want to peep the other one real quick. They got minus 120 on FanDuel and Bet365, even a cool minus 123 on cool bets. So I'm starting on DraftKings because I usually like those lines. But this might be one of the lowest spots for Halifax all year. And if I still think Halifax is a top 4 or 5 team and Ottawa's hovering around the 9 or 10 spot, hammer Halifax, in my opinion.
I agree with you. Halifax is coming off a very tough back-to-back home and home loss to Saskatchewan. Yes, Ottawa has got 2 wins themselves, but I think Halifax is the hungrier team here. And I think,
Agreed.
I honestly think they got the Rochester mentality too. Like, we got to win 2 games. Okay, we know we dusted Oshawa in the past, but like we gotta step up Friday night and take this one from Ottawa, because the way Ottawa's going, like this could be a playoff race at the end of the year, right? Like, so you got to get these 2 points.
I actually don't mind the fact Halifax already saw it works for Oshawa, but Halifax already saw Oshawa put up a bunch of goals against this team. And the way the defense played that night for Oshawa, Halifax was thinking, hey, not only are we motivated, we think we're better because we show we were better than Oshawa. So why don't we stomp them down? I'm going to be honest. If I had to put the Rochester thing, even though Halifax is on the road both games, if Halifax gets past Ottawa easily, which I think a cover is possible, by the way, I do believe that Halifax has a likelier chance to go 2-0. I'm sorry for the good people in Oshawa. I think the Buffalo second leg is way worse than whatever Halifax is dealing with.
Oh, for sure. For sure. But like I say, that this is the best part about having back-to-backs is you got to watch the first game to kind of know and have an idea what to expect in game 2 of these teams.
And again, before we get to your greedy ladder, there's safe ladder, plus 191, Nighthawks money line, Warriors money line, 50, which is a strong 145. I'm staying humble. It is what it is. My first ladder. Shoot me. All right, so we move on to the next ladder for you. These odds are plus 252. We're going to do once again leg by leg here. Well, actually, we already talked Nighthawks money line.
We already talked Rochester.
So let's do Vancouver because it's not quite the money line. Something else here.
Yes. Yeah, I I got greedy, man.
Yes!
I took the spread for Vancouver.
Good for you.
You and I talked about this. Now that we're at week 7, like you can start to look back at matchups and
Correct.
so I got to looking at Calgary and first week, okay, they caught Saskatchewan sleeping. So they put up a number. No one had the
Right.
cards out on the boys the whole bit. Okay.
Correct.
So then they go to Toronto, where Toronto was a little bit more awake, and we know they have a strong defense and goaltending core. So Calgary couldn't quite get the numbers put up in the second half and lost to Toronto in that game.
Right.
And then Calgary went to San Diego, who we know is having some defensive issues, and they put up numbers again. But Calgary played Buffalo. Buffalo, another defensive powerhouse, shut them down.
Right.
So my mind is going, Vancouver's a defensive powerhouse with Del Bianco. So Calgary against big defenses, good goalies, not so good this season. So I
Right.
definitely could see Calgary getting off to a hot start. But just like Pat said, this is a game where I think the vet core kind of pulls up their socks in the second half, just like they did against Oshawa. They didn't win any faceoffs in Oshawa. They were down on loose balls the whole bit, but Vancouver found a way to grind, and those key players like Dixon came through when they needed to and put up the big goals. So
Right.
I see this game having a great start to it, but I can see it just being like Buffalo and having Vancouver take over in the second half. So I'm sticking with my -1.5. Hopefully Walshy doesn't goalie my team. And we're good. We're climbing 2 ladders this week, baby.
Yeah, I'm not concerned with the Walsh thing here at all. So I like that. Again, Nighthawks money line, Warriors to cover plus 252. Parlay presented by Elevated Truck and Crane, 50 to reach 176. I feel like I always say this, but I feel like I have a good feeling about this week.
I have a
And
great feeling about this week, but
I mean,
last
don't we
week I
always?
did too. And
Yeah.
how my phone call earlier went there.
Yeah, that'd be on the phone call. That was ridiculous. So I also have agreed to ladder. I know you're gonna hate me here, but bam.
I like it.
What the heck?
What are you doing? That's why I like it. That's mine.
There it is.
I like it. No, sorry, I meant to tell you last night.
It's a longer ladder. It's a longer ladder.
You got to change the money line to the spread. The spread's the right odds.
I mean, I don't mind that, but if I'm getting plus money on the money line.
No, the money line isn't the plus money. The spread is.
Did they change it?
Yeah. I don't think there's any Vancouver plus money lines.
Oh, so
you
messed
wanted
up
the spread.
Yeah,
the spread was the one plus 114 or whatever.
So look at me. It's always like every Friday. There's one graphic. There's one graphic. Man. God.
All good. I haven't gotten
correct.
anything right since I've started this whole thing.
Well, you already hit a safe letter, easy pal. Oh, you spell your other stuff. God, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, fix that graphic, pal.
I will before I post. That's for sure. The parlay is nice. Again, I'm looking at the cool bet. I'm kidding. That's not true. This is via DraftKings actually.
I will be throwing a lotto parlay together later today once I get home and
socials. Yeah,
you bet.
Under 23.5. I'm gonna let you go here, but it's kind of scaring me now.
I'm with you on the San Diego Toronto under.
Thank you. It takes me to. I just checked. It takes me down if I don't add it to 1231, and that's not good enough for me. I'm gonna keep the lotto. It's tough though.
Yeah. Do I like San Diego's defense in the O-Rig? Not so much. But after that debacle Toronto went through with Las Vegas, like, come on. Rosie had a win. No, again, when Toronto with musical goalies.
That was weird. Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here, guys? Rosie comes off a win and you park him for somebody else.
Yeah,
he embarrasses himself.
He was hurting so badly. He came in the game anyways.
I don't. And you know what? If it was because he was hurting, a different story. But I'm thinking like
came in the game though.
Yeah. So in my mind, I'm looking at Toronto Rock, thinking like whoever goes into pipes, is having flashbacks of playing Las Vegas and going, no sirree, Bob. I will not repeat that performance. I'm going to show that out of the two goalies here, whatever's happening, I'm number one. I'm the future of the Rock, no matter what's going on here. So I'm leaning on Toronto's goaltending and defense to keep that one under.
You know, I'm actually leaning on both defenses because I'm going to be honest. I know Ulrich has not been great. I know the Rock defense has been leaky, like you said, with that one weird game. Both teams have horses. If you look down the roster, that has to matter for something. I mean, and why? And who knows? Maybe San Diego. I don't know if they. I'm not saying they look past Calgary because I'm just saying it was. Pat Gregoire was texting me mid-game after the third quarter saying, "I think the under's hitting here," and Dunkerley came. I have a feeling we go back down to, okay, both these teams have good defenses. Thank you, Captain. I just need a friend to talk me back into that here. Thanks so much, sir. Yeah, have a great day, sir. Captain will be boots on the ground in Oshawa tomorrow. If you want live footage of that, join the watch party. We'll have fun with that. All right, we come back. We're going to get to the Crew's best bets officially. I'm going to revisit the parlay. And, of course, we'll get to the pick'em. Unfortunately, one of our people is busy right now, so we'll have a blank spot in the pick'em, but we will have fun with that and post that officially later. But we'll be right back, Daily Dive. Don't go anywhere. You and I both know you won't.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
BetUS and North American Talk Radio have partnered to bring you the preferred betting platform in the United States, and you will get a deposit bonus of up to 150% if you use promo code 120Z. Take it from me, I'm a cowboy and a gambler. I wrangle my bets on BetUS, and I use the promo code 120Z to get free money. Yee-haw! That's BetUS and promo code 120Z. Now giddy up.
Welcome back to Daily Dive. I'm your host, Michael Karvelis, on this Friday, January 9th, 2026. Thanks so much to Captain, Gamble Guy, and Pat Gregoire for those awesome segments earlier. We will post the ladders for Pat and for Captain and myself later. I will fix the one because he is right. I did have the Warriors to cover. I don't know why I put the money line on that graphic, which is what it is. We are presented by the ticketing platform at natalkradio.com. Head over to North American Talk Radio's website and click that tab, which takes you straight to Vivid Seats. There you will find that platform and type in your favorite or local National Lacrosse League team or other sporting event or other event in your area. Again, natalkradio.com. Click the event tickets tab today. Works on both mobile and laptop, by the way. Blank spot, you say? Well, yes, kind of goalie. Blank space. Taylor Swift? I don't know. We will get to the pick on blank spot. You'll see later. Parlay again. I'm going to ride with it, folks. I'm sorry to Pat Gregoire. I'm doing plus 23.88 DraftKings. Nighthawks money line against Philly. I don't mind the cover there. In fact, I'm going to do this in real time and see if you add the cover, what happens there. But we got Nighthawks on that game, and that of course is the money line. We've got the Thunderbirds to cover against Ottawa on the first leg of their back-to-back We've got the Vancouver Warriors to cover as well. We've also got the Rush money line, and we've got the Seals Rock under. Now, if you change the Nighthawks to covering, which I don't mind actually, it goes to 28.45, which is even more ridiculous. I told you guys before, 12 wins about 298. Now 12 wins 353. You put, I mean, parlays and like lottos are just like throw like $5 or $10 on. So you do you. I like the Rush, Nighthawks, Thunderbirds, Warriors to cover. I think we're going to see 4 very kind of not entertaining games. The star players will be entertaining. I think this is 4 not very entertaining games in the end. And I think Rock Seals in San Diego will be cinema. But I don't think that those 4 games will be close. If I had to choose one, I could see maybe Ottawa with Thunderbirds being a little bit of a shootout there. I don't know, though. I mean, I think we got 4 teams that are pretty good. Vancouver, Halifax, and Saskatchewan are all cream of the crop. And if you want to throw the Nighthawks money line, it is what it is. I might change the parlay later. But that's what I'm rolling with right now. That's the thought process. I don't think it'll change much. I just might change some money lines, some spreads there. The pick'em for this week is going to be rough. Joel Watson is busy right now, and I did text him late last night, so I apologize for that. But I'm at 13-14. Tim Dillon's at a humble 11-16, and we are different on a lot of games, as you'll see. Joel Washington is at 17-10. I've got Halifax, as does Tim Dillon. Myself and TD also have Vancouver at Calgary. And now it's time for the other games. I got Rochester. Timmy D has got Philly. Woof! I've got Saskatchewan. Tim Dillon's going to roll with not only him or Jackson go 50-50. Apparently, he also likes a Desert Dogs win. I think he's full of it on both fronts. I think Nation with 75% face-offs, and I think the Rush win. Rock, I got the Rock against the Seals. He's got the Seals. I can see that game going either way. I've got Buffalo at Rochester. He's got Rochester to win. And so that means he's got Rochester going 1-1. I also have them going 1-1 with a Buffalo loss instead of a Buffalo win. I've got Oshawa at Halifax. He's going to take the T-Birds, and he's got them in both games. He loves Jake Withers. We know this. I do too, by the way. But that's interesting. I'm riding Oshawa one more time, man. I just have to do it. And Kai the goalie. Let's pour one out for Kai the goalie, man. We're both going Colorado. I don't know if Joel Watson's going Colorado. I would assume he is. In fact, I'm going to do some predictions for Joel Watson. I think Joel is going to pick Ottawa, Halifax. I think Joel will pick Ottawa. I think Joel picks Rochester. I think he goes Vancouver. I think Saskatchewan. I think Rock. I think Joel also picks Buffalo. I think he picks Halifax. And I think he picks Colorado. That's my theory. I'm interested to see how far that goes. Now we're going to get to the crew's best bets. Bam! I've got the Thunderbirds money line, Nighthawks money line, Warriors money line, and Rush money line. Let's get over 500 for the first time. It feels like all year for me. I don't mind that at all. 4 easy money lines there with not terrible odds. Gamble guy, Nighthawks money line, Rush money line, Bandits money line. He takes those, or he might take the cover if he needs to. But if Rochester wins today, I think that will be pretty good odds for him as well. Colorado money line against Georgia. I considered that, but it was like I can't really. I think Brett Dobson might pull another master class, so I don't know. Pat Gregoire, who brings a 14-9 record in, will take Nighthawks to cover. We'll take the Warriors money line, and we'll take the Rock Seals over 23.5. All of those, of course, courtesy of the good Polar Bears at Cool Bets. Myself and Pat Gregoire also might add another player, a player prop. So stay tuned for that on the Daily Dive LAX socials. If you do, I will post those. I'm hoping by 1 o'clock Eastern, we post our best bets. Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in to today's show. I am your host, Michael Karvelis, reminding you that tomorrow you too can tune into our watch party, which is going to cost you $1.99 USD a month for our YouTube members side of things. But check it out tomorrow. Also, our swear jar for charity is also going to be a thing. Reminder, that thing's already at 50 cents USD. All proceeds go to Lacrosse Out Cancer at the end of the year. Reminder, if I don't like to cuss on the shows, so when Captain or Gamble Guy occasionally drop a D word or an ABCD word, we gotta add a nickel. So keep that in mind. Kind of the goalie says Brad Dobson will have another masterclass. We will have to see, sir. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Kind of the goalie will be in Georgia if you are too. No. Nice try, buddy boy. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you Monday, same time, same place. Reminder that we will be back again. Stay safe. We love you. You love us. Everybody loves each other. This has been Daily Dive Marathon tomorrow as well. Bye.